You can hear some music playing in the background. I'm listening to Spotify. I am not on the truck right now. and there's a good reason for that. So, let me give you the synopsis of the week. I know it's not Sunday, and usually I try to put these videos out on Sunday. However, it's not Sunday, so I'm putting this out on a Tuesday. I'm going to try to make it. So I'm home. I've got a new computer that I'm trying to do this on. I feel like this is going to fall. Anyway, I got a new computer that I'm trying to do this on. So here you can see my computer, or whatever. It's like an Acer Aspire. The tower's down on the ground. I don't want to show it to you because I haven't swept in the apartment in a while. So, I haven't swept this corner, at least. So I'm at the dining room table right now. Mom's still here. She's got another couple of weeks of surgery recovery. She went off to her post-op today. And so there was another couple of weeks of that. So, anyway, so what happened? Well, I picked up a load in Arizona, going to Houston, with the hopes that I was going to be able to get the window load again, go back to Albuquerque, go back to Phoenix. I think I'm just going to stay on that for a little while. It's good money going back and forth, which would be real nice, which is not where I'm at right now. Hold on, I'm getting to that. So anyway, I came east, and everything was fine. I spent the night in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And in the video, you'll see that I'm leaving Las Cruces. And I got as far as Junction, Texas on the 16th. And I was going to get fuel in Junction, Texas, but they didn't have any fuel anywhere in Junction, Texas. And I had enough to idle for a couple of days. They were talking about not getting fuel until Friday in Junction. And I had enough to idle. Basically, I was trying to just fill up before I got into where it got really bad in Texas this last week. And so I sat there, ended up spending the night. Figured I was going to have to wait a couple of days. It didn't get cold enough the first night that I had to shut the truck off. Or that I had to keep the truck running. So I just shut the truck off that night. And spent the night there. It was pretty good. The next day I got up, discussed it with some people. About 10 o'clock I started calling around. Going back west to see if maybe I needed to go west to get fuel and then come back east. Or just go back west and there was another winter storm coming. Go back west, let the winter storm kind of slide through, and then come back east in the direction I wanted to go, and just show up and do that. But then I thought, well, I'll call east and see what's going on. So I called east a couple stores, places that we could get fuel on our network, and found a place in, it's called Amigos. I can't remember what town it's in, and it's right on the 10. And anyway, so so I called there. They had fuel, said they had plenty. So I ended up going east on Wednesday. Stayed, got there, and everything, and was told it was first come, first served delivery for the place I was going to in Conroe, Texas. So I called them on the way there, figuring I could get in real quick that evening around 4 or so, and get unloaded, and then I could go and pick up the window load. Well, in the meantime, I found out the window load wasn't running, because they hadn't been at work at all during the week. So they're probably going to run it this week, but I'm getting to that. So we go, so I end up calling the place. There's nobody there to unload me, so I have to come in Thursday. Okay. So I went home. I went to a truck stop in north of Houston a little bit on the 290, and then came in the next day. I thought I was going to be stuck in Junction for 3 days. Came in the next day, got unloaded, called on a window, called about the window load. It's not running this week at all, which was last week. So just go, just do something else. Well, what do I do? And he said, well, he's, the guy that runs the company, sometimes he'll book me loads. And he booked me a load, and he said, I got this load, $3,000 going to Denver. I'm like, okay. And he said, but you got to come up here to pick it up. So, well, you just want me to deadhead that way? He goes, no, let me see if I can get a load going this direction. So he got me like an empty can load, I think, or something like that for like $700 going to, coming up to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Delivered that, ran down, picked up the load on Friday. I was going to Denver, and since I didn't have to leave till Sunday, I figured, well, I'll just leave Sunday. So I parked the truck here in Waxahachie. There was a place. I couldn't get into my yard because of how muddy it was, but there was a place here that I could park it. I spent a couple of dollars to park it for a couple of nights and left it there. Well, I went to the liquor store. I got some liquor. I fell while I was at the liquor store. Managed to save the liquor. It was all glass bottles. I bought tequila, rum, whiskey, and vodka. And because because I've been thinking about having a bar here at my apartment, like, you know, like a personal bar or whatever. I always thought that was cool. I always wanted one, so I was thinking about stocking up for a bar, basically. And so I bought all that stuff, and I fell on the ice, slipped and fell on the ice Friday evening, and kind of wrenched my right arm. And I've got enough movement, I can still drive and everything, and do what I need to do. And it's like I've got all my movement, but it still kind of hurts when I move it. So I think personally, it may have a stress fracture in it. Just because certain ways that I rest the arm, it kind of hurts or stings a little bit. And that's certainly possible. But they're going to want to put it in a cast. I'll be out of work for 6 weeks. Can't afford to do that. And it doesn't, like I said, I've got full movement in my arm. I can do this. See? Just round and round. So that's okay. But if it's like, if I just rest my arm like this, I rest my hand on my leg and just rest my arm, it hurts pretty good. So anyway, so there's that. Left Sunday. I came home, spent the weekend at home. I left Sunday to go to Colorado, and I got about 3.5 hours away, and the truck derated itself down to 55 miles an hour and started throwing codes for bad DEF fluid, which was impossible because I put good DEF fluid in it, blue DEF fluid in it, at QT here in Waxahachie on Friday. So I called the guy that runs the company, that owns the company that I work for, told him what was going on, told him I was turning around and coming back to Dallas. He said, well, just get it drained out, put some new stuff in it, and that'll probably clear it up. I'm like, all right, well, the only way I could do that, I've got a little pump or whatever that I can drain stuff out of tanks for, but it's here in Waxahachie, so I had to come back to Waxahachie to do that. We called the company and everything, but then it cleared itself up after 100 miles. But then 10 miles later, it came back. And then 20 miles after that, it cleared itself up again. So I don't think that's what it is. I've had some other problems with it not wanting to regen when it's cold. You've seen the videos, and then what it'll do when it doesn't regen when it's cold, it'll throw a code and say it has to regen. So I'm having to do a forced regen at a truck stop for like $80 every once in a while. You gotta find a truck stop that's willing to do just a forced regen. Otherwise, you're paying like $300 to get it done. I looked into it. My uncle looked into it. We think that the DEF heater has gone bad on the DEF tank, and that's what's causing the problem. So I brought it back. My friend Walter took the load to Colorado. He took most of the money, but left me enough that I won't be in the red for this last week. And then and everything. He called me today, actually told me what kind of a nightmare the load was. So I'm kind of glad I didn't take it. But I'm sorry that he ended up having to have a nightmare as far as the load was concerned. So the truck's in the shop for the DEF system, again, or the EEC system. Pretty sure it's the DEF heater. They're going to try to fix that, and that should get me back on the road. Hopefully by tomorrow. I want to go pick up the window load and go back to Albuquerque and Phoenix. But you never know. So anyway, so that's kind of been my week, or week and a half at this point, since it's almost Wednesday. I want to say hey to all the new subscribers that are out there. Thanks for coming over to my channel and everything and hanging out with me. Come here. She's boofing because people are showing up. I think my mom's back here and my family. Anyway, so but she'll get loud if I don't pet her. Anyway, I want to thank everybody that showed up to kind of join the channel. I hope you enjoy what you see or like what you see or whatever. I'm not one of those people that goes hit like and subscribe and follow me on YouTube and hit the bell button and blah 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 blah. I feel like my content should stand on its own, and so it has done pretty good as far as that's concerned. And again, I don't really do it for me. I don't really do it to be famous or even like have a lot of followers or even make money. I don't make any money off of it now. I just do it because I like doing it, and it's just something else to do. It's another project that kind of keeps me busy once in a while. So. Anyway, thanks for everybody for subscribing. I know you probably saw me on Sazneck's channel. He's been one of my favorite YouTubers for a long time. I was very happy to meet him. I was very happy to do an interview with him, so it was a real treat for me. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Going on about 10 minutes here, and not really anything else going on. Just kind of hanging out, waiting for the truck to get fixed. So nothing else. In that case, you know the drill. Keep trying to set up. See you guys later.